everybody. As you've seen on previous video, while trying to put the clutch here, I broke one of these pieces because I did not have the right wrench, which I still haven't got, but I've ordered a new clutch part, which I got here in my hand right now, as you see. Holy crap, I got here a new clutch part. I broke one of these while trying to tighten it down, and I've also ordered a wrench to hold this in place to be able to tighten it down. What happens is that it's been more than a month, I'm sick of waiting, and the part never arrives. So I'm gonna do something wrong again that we should not do, but I'm gonna do it because I'm pissed off and I'm tired of waiting for those parts. So let's go and try and assemble this. Alright, so there's this spacer ring that goes here. Okay, then goes this part here. Gonna clean it. This one goes there. Then we got this one goes here in the middle. And then we got the tricky part that we don't want to break, right? That goes here. And then there's this one. This little part goes there. And there is this one, which goes here. Okay. Let me try and see if I can hold it. If I manage to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, I'll quit. I'm gonna try and hold it using this. I'm gonna put it here in these teeth, and I'm gonna try and take it to this point. Correct, and I'm gonna try and hold it like this, just to avoid it from spinning around. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. It might be a good idea, it might not. I'm gonna try and hold it, and I gotta tighten this down to 60. So okay, here I got my torque wrench set to 60. I'm gonna try and hold it with this. I'm not sure if this is gonna work out or not, and try and tighten this down to 60. It's not working for now. I'm trying to tighten this down with this homemade wrench, and I'm not sure if it is a good idea. I might crack it again, but I'm sick of waiting for the correct wrench to arrive. Okay, I got it at 40. $50. It should go to 60, but if it does not get to 60, I'll leave it at 50. Doesn't matter. Or even 40, I don't care, I don't want to break it again. 50. Let me try 55. Got it at 55. Only 5 left. Okay, I've managed to torque this down using this piece of metal. I made some slots and it fit here, like so, and then I pushed the thing to tighten the bolt down. I managed to torque it, and now that it is torqued in place, I'm gonna start assembling the clutch. Okay, now that I got this tightened down, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this security up so that it blocks the nut in place. It's gonna block the nut in place. Okay, this was bent up. Now the nut's not going anywhere. Now there's this little sphere, bearing, whatever you want to call it. Not sure if you can see it. That one. It's very important that it goes inside the shaft. So let me put it inside the shaft. There. Now that I got that one inside the shaft, I'm gonna give it a quick air around here. I'm gonna start lubricating everything. Okay. Start lubricating everything, and now I'm gonna put the clutch. So I got here the clutch discs. I'm gonna put one first clutch disc into place. And then these metal separators, they got one side which is rounded and one side which is a bit more sharp, so I'm gonna put the sharp side facing up. That's what the manual says, even though oh, let me put oil in between. Even though everybody says it's the other way around on YouTube, that's not what the manual says, so I'm gonna do it the way the manual says. And some clutch assemblies do have a marking on this one that has to face one side, but not these ones. So one of the separators, more oil. That was just my compressor that finished charging. Another clutch disc. Another clutch disc. Another little bit of oil. And another one of the metal separators. Remember, sharp side facing out. Up. There. Another clutch disc. Sharp side for this one. Facing up. Clutch disc. Another one of these. Sharp side facing up. And last but not least, as they usually say, clutch disc. Okay. Now that I got all clutch discs in place, I'm gonna give a good air blow to this part. And I'm gonna apply some oil here. And once you're about to place this cover on some kinds of clutch, you got here an arrow in one of these holes, and you got one out here that faces the same point. With this one I did not have that, but when I disassembled I put a marking, not sure if you can see, and I put a marking here. Let me search for it. Okay, I got my marking here, so I'm simply gonna slide this upon, and that's pretty much the way it was when it arrived. Now that I got that in place, I'm gonna put the clutch springs with the bolts, so just slide them into place and tighten them down. Sliding to place and tighten down. And I'm just gonna tighten down these springs. Okay, now with all springs tight, alright, now with all springs tight, I'm gonna the clutch is in place. I'm gonna set the clutch, and to do that I got here this nut in the middle, and it fits a screwdriver on the middle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my motor around just a little bit, not completely, like this. I got here that nut and that bolt, and I got here the clutch lever, as you see. So what I gotta do is this little notch here, not sure if you can see the notch, has to align with this one. So right now it's not aligned. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate the screw here on this side, this middle screw. I'm gonna rotate this one to the point where this here aligns. You might have to. Okay, now as I push this down, the notch goes beyond the other notch, so I'm gonna rotate the screw to the point where pushing it down, in this case I'm gonna be tightening down to the point where rotating, see, as I rotate the screw on this other end, here the two notches match, and now I got a match from this one to that one, see? So that means my clutch is where it should be. Now I'm just gonna check it again. Yeah, these are pretty much aligned. Try and zoom in for you a little bit. See, these ones are aligned. If I pull it back, it disaligns, and as I'm tightening the screw on the other hand, and it goes into place. Okay. Right now that it is where it's supposed to be, I'm just gonna flip this around and pick up a wrench that fits here on the nut. I'm gonna hold this in place with my screwdriver, and I'm gonna lock it down. Okay, got this one locked, so it's pretty much in place. Okay, I've just applied a little bit of glue here on this side gasket glue, because there was a small notch on the metal casing. Now I'm gonna place my gasket. And I got my oil filter in. I got my motor cover completely ready, and I'm going to give it a nice air blow again, and I'm going to place it on top and cover everything. We gotta be careful. This retainer has to go correct with this, okay? So let's go. I think it's done. big one was here. There are two big ones that go here and here because I had some markings, and then the small ones go all around. Okay, I'm gonna leave them like this. I think everything is okay. And so right now I'm gonna put my starter motor. I'm gonna turn it around so that, no, I'm just gonna move the camera around so that you can see. Okay, now I'm gonna put my starter motor in. But ahead of the starter motor, I'm gonna put my oil cap because I don't want any sludge to go inside the motor. So I'm gonna put this in place. I'm not gonna tighten it down, just gonna get it snug, like so. Now the starter motor, which was okay, hopefully still is. Goes in, and there are two bolts that hold it in place. Let me just press it down. Okay, it's in place now. There's this kind of a seal there around. Once again, tighten this down just by hand. Connect the cable for the starter motor, which is this one. Remove the nut. Place the cable and put the nut back on. Nope, it's also an 8mm. Got that in place. Hold the one inside, which locks it. Okay, put the cap on, and we got starter motor in place. Right now everything is pretty much done. Let's put the motor back on the bike.